Alright YouTube, in this video what we are going to see is how to embed Google Map into your HTML page. Later we will convert this HTML page into PHP page because we are going to continue this video as a playlist. We will be having some multiple places and we will be locating it on the Google Map which you are seeing right now. As you can see in the screen, this is the simple HTML page which has a div which contains the Google Map. You can see there is a watermark called for development purpose only. This is done by Google because Google is not allowing us to use the Google Map for free. From June 2018, Google has announced that if you want to use their Google API, Map API, you need to give the credit card information, and Google will give the credit of $200 for every month. And in this video I'll show you how to get rid of the for development purpose only. As you can see, I'm using the local host, that is XAMPP. If you have a domain called xyz.com, you can use the domain and get rid of the for development purpose only. So I don't have a domain, that's the reason why you are getting the watermark from the Google. Okay, let's start. First of all, to use the Google Map you need a API key. Please note, to use Google Map you need API key. How are you going to get it? Just go to the official page developer.google.com. Google API into it. Gmail account. I have a project called rvinfo, so that's like the dashboard. You create, make sure you enable this API. It is only going to show your map on your device. So you have to click view all because we are going for the map for web, map for Android, iOS. It is map for web, so we are using the direction. And once it's done, you have to click on the button, just enable. Now I have already enabled, that's the reason you are not getting it. Fine. Now to get the API, the same developer, click on the console, which is called, click on it for rvinfo. So I'm creating the for the project rvinfo. How are we going to create it? Just click on the credential, get the API key. It says it is creating, and as you can see, this is really important. You have to restrict or get rid of the watermark provided by Google. You can change the name. And if you go down a bit, you'll see the HTTP. You have to provide your domain over here in order to get rid of the watermark, which I have already shown you. Once you have the API, once you have the domain, if you insert the domain in the text box, your watermark will I don't have domain, so none. Just save it. It is so you got a new API. Just copy it and paste it somewhere so that you can reuse it. Okay, I'm going to start from scratch. Since W3 School is already providing the tutorial for Google Map, we are going to reuse the same code which is provided by W3 School, because W3 already has it in a form of template. Sure, this is done for our tutorial. Just copy it and paste it. If you want, you have to get into the XAMPP. It is called map mine. So it is opening somewhere, because if you want to see the error, the reason for the error is I have just copy pasted the code. You have to get into the and choose the console. You will see invalid map key, Google Map JavaScript API error, invalid key map error. So what it says is your key is invalid. It will say invalid because, as you can see on the URL, you will see this is the URL which is provided by Google API, and on the URL you will see there is a key name and the value is your key. It is simply your key. You have to replace it with our key. just copy it or cut it and replace the your key to our key which we have got. So once you have done, you can see the map loads fine. In order to change the coordinate, we are going to the official page of map. Just enter and we will paste page for okay. Let's see if it is working fine. It should work fine because basically we are not done anything extra. We roll a bit. We'll use the same code which is provided by Google as it is official. And one more thing you have to notice on the URL is there is a callback name followed by the value called mymap. This mymap represents the name of the function. If I say xyz, this is the function you have to call when you load the map. This is what I am saying to my map. That means if the map loads fine, just execute this function. This function is on the script tag. So followed by that, you have to make sure that where your map should load. This is identified with the help of ID called let me give my own ID. Three things you have to take care. The first thing is the your key value, and the second thing is a callback function should be same, and the third thing is where you want to load your map. This should be identified with ID, not class. It is ID because it says get element by ID. If you want class, you have to use get elements by class name, and that's how it works. It should load perfectly fine. If not, you can check the Google console anytime. Let me copy it once again. It is XYZ, so XYZ and the ID is ABC. Make sure you have saved it before refreshing it. The problem is with synchronization of a script. That means your page and your script are overlapping. To rectify the error, you have to use the async differ. That means make the JavaScript code and the HTML page loading differently. That means don't combine these two. We say make the script load differently and make the page load different. I would say it will be run on a thread. It says make the script run on different thread and make the HTML code run on different thread. That's what this keyword makes. So if you refresh it, it appears. It's time for the correction of your location. If you want to display a particular location, you'll see I need a California location. You have to specify California lat and long. Just copy it. And insert it appropriately wherever you need. So there's a space. Save it. You'll see the lat long of California on a map. I'm repeating it again. You will see the watermark. Just because I don't have a domain. If you have a domain, you can use the domain name on the console and get rid of the watermark. Thank you for listening.